cheers, John. I saw you're saying that you're feeling better. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's super awesome.
And I just want to point this out. I am drinking 8.
That shit is gross.
That looks a bit.
I'm with Tyler. I'm sorry.
It's fucking terrible.
Don't be mean.
It's so
Don't be
bad.
mean. God.
Is that like a celebrity endorsed beer?
No,
It's a Howard
no.
endorsed beer.
Yeah,
They gave literally a pallet of it to
there's
the
a
Howard.
reason.
God damn it! I was trying to do something nice. I was
Oh,
trying
shit.
to give.
Okay,
I was
take it back.
trying to
Start
give
over.
Wait,
Start over.
start.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone. Look,
Hey,
I have 8 beer.
what is that?
It's amazing.
Oh, I've never heard of it before.
I'm drinking it right now.
I'm sorry. Oh God.
Oh, you dumbasses! Screwed
If
up.
you put
I
salt and lime in it, it's
told
not
you I
that
was gonna do
bad.
that before.
It's funny because I'm with the viewers because I'm an outsider at this point, so I don't see all the day-to-day stuff. So I have no context for that.
So basically, Richard knows somebody who dropped off a pallet of this stuff at the Howard. Like I'm talking like 5 foot tall,
Yeah.
I
4
believe
foot,
it.
like stack of beer of cases of this stuff, and he's like, anybody that wants it, take as much as you want.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
No.
No
Some of it,
questions
yeah,
asked.
some of it showed up in the fridge. I don't know, a month or so ago, and I was like, "Oh, I haven't heard of this. I'll try it." And it was like
I
2 sips, and was like, "Drain pour."
Ah. Ah.
no, like I said, if you put a lime in it and put some
Yeah.
salt in it, it's pretty good.
All right, Dave's comments.
Yeah, you nailed it, Dave.
I actually don't mind it. I mean, but to be fair, my palate for beer is Miller Lite. So,
Dan, do you think it has like a little bit of a bitter aftertaste?
it's got a bit of hoppiness to it.
Sure, yeah.
It tastes
Yeah,
kind of like Bulldog 40s that we used to drink in college.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my lord.
That's what it reminded me of when I first drank it. I was like, oh, this tastes familiar.
God,
This tastes like college.
It does.
this tastes like bad decisions.
What we used to use in
Man.
beer pong because it was
Oh
cheap.
God, yeah.
Well, I mean, I told you about Ghetto Blaster, right? That was some. We'll just go with that was something.
Oh God.
Okay. Well. So.
That was your beer. 2 minutes.
There. I was
Welcome.
trying. Richard even was like, "Hey, you should like promote them on your socials or something." I'm like, "Oh,
Oh
sure,
shit.
you
Well,
know."
sorry, Richard. Yeah.
Oh, there goes
My
that.
bad.
God. Well, hey, you know what? Just
Whoops.
because most people don't like it doesn't mean all people won't like it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Is it? It's local, right?
That's a good question.
Well,
I don't
that's
know.
the
is.
thing about it. It's not. If you look
Yeah,
at
it
it, it says born in Texas, but if you look at the thing, it says brewed in Louisiana.
Oh,
Ooh. Oh, it does.
it's one of those.
Brewed in New Orleans.
But it's,
For-
it's
Hey, Fred.
Well, that's
So
a
what-
bummer. Bullshit. They have a little Texas star.
I know. I noticed.
So with that,
or-
since I own a brewery or part of one, like when that usually happens, it's a brewery that's trying to scale up a brand or something. And they don't have capacity in their own space, so they contract it out, and it went to somewhere in Louisiana. They were the cheapest bidders.
I mean, when I think of good water, I think of Louisiana.
Oh
So
yeah,
instead of actually using real hops, they just have hops flavoring that they put in it. Is that what they do?
I mean, there's a lot of beers that use shit like that.
Really?
I mean,
Oh yeah, extracts, cryo powders. Oh yeah, all sorts of
Oh
it.
wow.
Okay, so we've had our beer minute
Yeah,
or 5.
it's waiting for Hugh to say. So cars.
Yeah,
Hugh has
well,
not said
this
that
is-
yet.
So I'll have you know, this is why we generally don't have sponsorships, and that is not a sponsorship to be clear. But we're not real good at that. We're not experts at.
tell it like it is.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, companies are all like, we literally get emails every single day of companies who are like, "Hey, promote our whatever product," and we're like, fuck off.
Oh, it's
you know?
like probably 10 a day, and it's always like 99% of the time. It's like, please promote our online game called
Oh God.
Battle of the whatever. They're just like,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, so bad. I almost, you know what? We should do. We're like, we'll just say yes to everyone who gives us at least $5,000 cash, and then
compile them all in
cram
one
it-
video.
Yeah, cram it
Yeah.
all in to like
Oh,
one
yes.
day. It just release them all in one day.
Yes.
Like
I love it.
47 videos one day. Boom. Normal guy endorses everything, and then we're like, hey, we got money. We can go buy
I
a
like
car.
it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
It's a fundraiser day.
These people are
Yeah.
getting antsy about talking about the cars.
Yes,
I know.
yes. Okay. They're like, it's a topic. Stay on the topic. Okay, yes. That is actually one of the concerns. Is Ferraris definitely sell easier than McLarens? We've found. So that is one of our
100%.
things. Yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know. We've got the 720 and the 570, and like compared to the Ferraris that we've had, the interest just isn't there. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
The 720 has had a bunch of flaky buyers. Oh, I want the car. Oh, I changed my mind. Oh, I want the car. Oh, I don't have the money. Oh, I want the car. This, or that. It's like,
Oh.
I
Have
think
any
they're
of them
just
come to
dreamers.
see it?
No,
no.
I think
Really?
they're just dreamers and they're wasting, whatever.
That's
But-
something good to dream about, but they're wasting your time.
Yeah. Please dream
Like,
about
a lot
it
of our
without-
time to we're all the way to the point where we're sending them paperwork and stuff, and then they're like,
Yeah.
That's the
never
thing that
mind.
pisses me off is like if you're serious enough where we're sending paperwork for you to sign, like okay, like like have your mind made up and be a real buyer before you get to that point, before you like really actually start wasting our time. Like it's one thing to have a phone call, it's another thing if we're doing paperwork, and because as soon as we start doing paperwork, then we get less likely to I don't want to be that car dealership where we get 4 people trying to buy a car at the same time and I say yes to everyone, and it's a mad scramble to see who pays first or whatever. It just so I try and as soon as we have a deal, I'm like, yeah, we kind of have a deal pending, so
Yep.
don't put much in it. So most of the time, actually pretty much all the time other than these cars, people came through. So yeah, it's frustrating.
It's fair.
Yeah.
this time of year is always slow in the car business, and I'm sure other industries too, other than retail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Really, FTX sponsored the Gumball? That's
Yes.
hilarious.
Wow.
I hope they got the money up front, and I hope they didn't pay in
Right.
crypto.
Yeah. No shit.
I mean, the funny thing about the FTX thing, and I don't want to get too far off on that because I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention, but I've been pretty anti-crypto the whole time, and seeing that happen was like, dumbasses. Which I get, people made real money on it, but you're buying nothing. You're buying a promise.
The reason it happened is because there's no regulation.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's why people want crypto.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's the plus of it. It's not controlled by the banks or the government. Well, this is what happens when things are not controlled by the government or banks. When it comes to finances, is greed takes over. So,
Yeah, this dude's right. This dude right here. It's only good for franchise dealerships, though.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I want to pay the stunt.
All right.
What does that
Talk
mean?
to Fred. He likes to pay people to do stupid shit.
Oh yeah, he did pay me to jump in the pool, didn't he?
You did.
Yeah. I
Now
also
it'd actually be
up-
worth it. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
Oh
cold.
God, dude. We had our old neighbors over for a little gathering this last weekend, and all their kids were over and stuff. And so we threw them in the hot tub. Like you're all having a good time in the hot tub. Like, can we go swimming in the pool? And I'm like, yeah, if you want.
Yeah,
So
come on.
they did. They jumped in the pool.
Oh no.
I was like, oh my God. And then they would like jump in the pool, jump in the hot tub kind of thing. And
Oh.
I'm like, ooh, that's rough, man. I think the pool was 63 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not like 45 degrees.
It's not 45,
not-
but
Yeah, it's not too bad, but that's oh,
Well,
people are
it's
saying
like-
we're lagging.
On a ski
nah,
trip.
it's just you.
Oh,
You
it's-
on the YouTube little like gear thing, hit us up to like faster playback speed, it'll catch back up.
Mm.
That's the trick with lives. So yeah, I have a heater in my pool and I haven't wanted to turn it on to see how bad that gas bill will be.
oh no.
But basically once we got back from Colorado, the pool I was like, nope, pool's done. It's 68.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, here you go. Josh, how long did it
Who
take
is
us on
that?
that 430? That's the 430 manual.
ah,
Oh, it's
cool.
Kent. It's Kent.
Yeah.
What did it take a week? Less than a week.
Less
one
than a
that
week.
never
Yes,
went
I
to
think
sale?
we did leave money on the table. I think we priced it too low in hindsight.
Well, but it also sold really fast. I mean, that to me that was a very fair price. Could we have like drug it out and gotten a little bit more and squeezed a bit more? Maybe.
And by the way, that car was awesome. I drove it. I put maybe like 100 miles on it or something, and it was awesome.
That was a fun video watching Dan
Nice.
break
Yeah.
the gears.
It's like I mean, 430 manuals are awesome. They're fantastic cars. And I have to say, like, as much as I hate convertibles, I do really appreciate the sound when you got the top down. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
and that one had the sport
Oh.
exhaust, which sounded great.
thank you,
Thanks,
BB.
BB.
BB,
Wow.
is
I
that the
love
guy
it,
that
but-
gives us money for no reason?
Yeah, he's just like, here.
Thank you.
There you go. It'll be negative 31.
What?
Whew,
How far north are you, Hugh?
that's
Crazy.
not okay.
Good
Is that
Lord.
in like? Are you in like northern Alaska?
In
Yeah,
Canada.
that's some serious shit
Oh,
there,
okay.
wherever that is.
Calgary, maybe? That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, possibly we could have gotten 200, but I think it would have taken a long time to get 200.
We did have
Yeah,
a couple emails right after the video came out. One guy was upset. He was like mad that we sold it so fast.
I know.
I was like,
I like
sorry.
that.
He's like, I'm interested in the car. I was like, sorry,
Oh.
we sold it. And he was upset about it. Genuinely, like he was mad about it. How
Wow.
could you sell it so quick?
Yeah,
Tell
right.
me to
Sorry,
get
dude.
another one soon. Just tell
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Oh, hold on, it's coming
There's-
up. Get
There's
Fred
Jocko.
to pay. Get Fred to pay for you guys for a stunt. He has before, literally.
What stunt are we talking
Oh,
about
my-
here?
I realized it's like just my head. I'm literally a talking head right now. There. It's a little better.
Whenever you add the message on there, it does that.
Yeah, it shrinks
Yeah.
me into just a head. It's like cut me off at the chin. So
Stunning stunt.
yeah, I mean, I actually still, I know people are gonna give me shit about this, but I prefer the 458 over the manual 430 still.
Hmm.
It's just a
I
better
would.
car.
I mean, in a perfect world, you have both, and then you're
Yeah.
you're set for life if you have
Yeah.
both.
No, I mean, yeah, because people like the 430 because it's analog, and so we'll have it be fully analog. You know, that's
Well, that
'Cause it-
the manual like completely changes that car. Like it makes it a different car,
it's a go kart.
completely different car.
Yep, it's a 500 horsepower go kart. It's pretty
Awesome.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. What are the sound panels? Oh, Tyler.
Yeah.
Those are
Well,
sound panels?
the same ones Dan has.
Yeah.
It's GIK Acoustics.
there's-
Not a sponsor.
This is both. This is actually a sound panel,
Yeah.
not a picture.
They have fancy ones that you can print your own images on. These have absorption and reflection. That's what the wood panel is on front.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's stuff in front of me you can't see.
Yeah. Well, if you notice this, let's see how big the shadow is.
Yeah.
This is actually 4 inches deep,
Wow.
and it's kind of squishy.
Yep. There's like
So-
rock wool inside of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've got one behind me, that one on each side, one in the corner, or one in each corner, one
Yes,
across
Travis.
from me, and two on the ceiling. And it completely changed the sound dynamics of this room. Oh, and then a big one over there.
Yep.
So I mean, it was expensive as shit.
Yeah.
They're not
But-
cheap, but they make very nice products.
Yeah, and they look good. Like it really. That was the thing, is I want it to be like art, not just a sound panel.
Yeah.
So
How do you know
GIK?
if you don't know what you're doing? Do they tell you how many you need per room and like where?
Yeah,
where to
they have like you send them an email. That I even like sketched the room out and like measured it and stuff, and was like, here's how big each wall is, and they took pictures. They had, where's your desk, where do you sit, and all that stuff. And I sent them, and they're like, okay, this is what we recommend, and blah blah.
Yep. You tell them what you're doing in the room as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, I'm not doing like voice recordings, like I'm not like a sound producer, but I'm like, we do lives, and I also edit in here, and like I don't want to like have external noises come in when I'm editing, and at the same time, like when I'm editing, I don't want to be like disturbing the rest of the house. So it's pretty cool. And I bought too many panels, so I took the extra ones and threw them in the kids' room.
I saw that when I was there the other week.
Yep.
Like, that's good use for it, actually.
I know. I'm actually like half tempted to buy a couple more for that room, because it really helps. I mean,
It's impressive. I mean, you were in my house in Santa Fe where I
Yeah.
spared no expense, and that room, like, your ears started ringing when you walked in there. I don't have any rooms like that here because I had to divide one big room that did 3 things to 3 rooms that, don't do multiple things, but they're pretty cool stuff. I mean,
yeah, it's pretty cool. Uh-oh. I just noticed the chats are not. Yeah. Uh-oh. The chats aren't coming through.
Uh-oh.
They're coming over on YouTube, but
Yeah, I see him. The last one we have is Ricky asked
Jocko,
about
how's
the
the
pista.
pista?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
bear
Oh,
with
crap.
us, folks, as we work out this technical difficulty.
Great. More technical difficulties.
Yep. We'll start
Well-
looking down. If I'm looking down, it's because I'm watching YouTube chat
if I'm
now.
looking over there.
I'm
It's
gonna
because I'm reading the
drag my
comments.
screen
Yeah, I mean,
over
we can
here.
still see him. Just on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah. Shoot.
Okay, there
The
we
downside is if the comments are totally dead, we're not getting any of the other Facebook or whatever comments either. But not that there was that many on Facebook. Huh.
Oh, YouTube's still coming in. So,
Yeah, it's coming in over there.
all right.
I can't broadcast them at the bottom anymore either.
Yeah, shoot.
Well, poop. Oh well. Anyway.
Hey, tech.
Yay! I spent a lot of money on this application.
Yeah.
That reminds me. This morning I went to go schedule the live here. Oh, thank you to help with your loss on that 430 manual.
Thanks, CAGB.
Thank you. I go to schedule the live on this, and it's like, oh, like like I have my login's already saved or whatever, but every once in a while it logs you out and you have to log back in, And with one of my 2-factor, and I got a new phone and I forgot to transfer over
Oh, no.
my 2-factor. So I was like, oh shit, I gotta do the 2-factor thing, right? And so of course I can't reset it, and so I like send them a support message. I'm like, hey, I can't get my 2-factor, and they asked so many questions to verify who I was. I was like, and it was all like, I was like, oh shit, I don't even know if I know that. Like, I had to go digging up in emails and stuff, and searching and like finding tax documents, kind of almost stuff. Like it was like,
Damn.
like
I mean, that's good.
It was
least no
good,
one
yeah.
can get into your account.
yeah, it was a pain in the ass, but at least I got in.
Those security questions. I
Yeah.
was on the phone recently with someone, I forget, and they asked a security question is, who's your favorite actor? I'm like, what? Like, I never put that as a security question. So I was like, I don't even have a favorite actor. So I was just fumbling, and I was like, for shits and giggles, I was like, Mark Wahlberg? And they're like, no. It ended up,
Like no one thinks he's their favorite actor.
I know. It ended up being Robert De Niro. But, like,
Okay.
It was just like I did not remember putting that as a question.
When I was doing the, I'll try not to dox myself here. When I was doing the loan paperwork for McLaren, they ask you to verify your identity and stuff. They ask you questions on like past things you've owned or places you've lived, and they asked something on like the first or second car I ever had, and I was like, man, I don't know what year it was. It was that same model year, like the same body style. He's like, you got to tell me the year, and I was like, no. And he's like, nope, wrong. I can't continue.
Like,
You have to call back tomorrow.
Exhaust.
Yeah.
Dude, I've had those where they're like, which of these addresses have you lived at? And I'm like, dude, I lived at so many places in college.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I don't know. But like usually, like what's really impressive to me is I've had actually one of them was like it listed my dormitory
Oh shit.
that I lived for 1 year. And I'm like, really? Like, how'd you dig up that shit? Like
Mine always has an apartment I lived at in college. I'm like, that's random.
Yep.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, they never ever do my house in Michigan. I'm like,
funny.
well, I had a mortgage and everything on that one. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Uh,
Oh well. Anyway,
yes, Ricky, I do need to upgrade to a 720, but not yet. We talked about this last week. Not yet.
yeah.
Sorry. Unless you want to pay for half of it.
Yeah, I want to find one that's like super high mile, super beat up.
Yep.
I think it'd be fun. It'd be interesting to see how they're holding up. Actually, that's what we should do. Is we need to find an ultra high mile McLaren to see how they hold up compared to the ultra high mile Ferrari. But then
Cool
again,
video.
arguably our ultra high mile Ferrari isn't a great example because it was wrecked. So I'd like to find one that wasn't wrecked, you know.
Yeah.
True.
So,
If I won the lotto, Cheryl, yes, I would buy a 720.
Or would you get a 765 LP?
Well, yeah, you
Ooh,
probably just go
yeah.
with that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
Why
be
not?
honest.
take it.
So
to
speaking of buying things that you shouldn't have, what about 458 prices? Like,
Oh, what about?
there's a whole bunch of them with 30, 40, 50,000 miles that are sub 200 now. Like, it makes me super glad I didn't spend $240,000 on one.
They've
come
definitely
down a
came
lot.
down. They I think they got too hot.
Mm.
You know,
Makes
'cause
sense.
the 430s are actually going up right now. So it's funny because we're trying like desperately to find 430s and we can't.
Well,
Or
there's
I
been
should
a
say-
few people that have emailed us, but they want way too much, and they're either high
Yeah.
miles or they're not good options.
Yeah,
or they're
they'll be
not a
like,
good
"Hey,
color."
I got this 430. It's got 45,000 miles and no carbon fiber options at all, and basic bitch seats. I want 145 for it." I'm like, oh my god, no!
Yep.
Like, dude, we're gonna sell it for 110, so we'll give you 90. That's bullshit, man. I can get that much from the trade-in. Well, this is a trade-in.
Yeah.
Well, there was one guy that emailed us the other day. He had an Audi that he wanted to trade, and we looked it up, and I gave him a number, and he was like, well, they're going for this much online. And we're like, well, they're still for sale, aren't they? And then he told us, why don't you look at auction value? And I said, well, we did, and that's what we offered you.
No, my favorite is he was like, well, go look up the MMR.
Yeah.
And I sent it, and I'm like, the MMR is exactly what we sent you.
That's funny.
He's like, well, they're selling like hotcakes where I live. I'm like, well, then sell it.
Yeah.
Like, I never understood that, like, as a justification. Oh, it's so easy to sell my car. Well, then sell it yourself. You'll get more
Yeah.
money, and then come buy our car.
Mhm.
But we're not going to pay you full retail for your car, because then I lose money on it. So it's strange.
I do like that Fred is trying to tell me that the 650 is nice and not to listen to others, which I agree, Fred, but you're the one trying to get me to buy a 458. I don't want to hear it.
No,
I think Fred needs a McLaren in the garage.
I think you do, Fred.
hey, orange and red,
Yeah.
spice it up a little.
Yeah. He needs an orange McLaren.
Trade your 458 to these guys. They've got a really nice 720.
I don't know. We would take your 458.
I mean, that's actually not a bad idea.
Fred's
True.
just saying LOL.
Yeah, right.
no.
He's not taking it seriously.
Sorry, Fred. I tried.
Hey. Oh, I'm almost out of beer. I
Uh-oh.
need to get more.
More delicious light
Water.
lager.
More delicious 8 beer. I saw that face. You got to at least like cover your
Oh,
mouth. a bit.
sorry. At least get a Miller Lite and then say you're drinking that shit.
I'm actually out.
Okay, good.
That
I mean,
explains
it was either this or wine, or I have some eggnog and I could spike it with something.
Ooh,
Maybe we should do that. Should do some nog.
it's
Although
holiday
if I
time.
go to nog, it's so sweet then I can't go back to beer.
True.
And
I'm
that'll
gonna do
give
another
you a
beer.
headache, and it's close to bed. It's
Yeah,
got a lot of sugar in it.
Listen to Josh
we'll
telling
do
us
beer.
to go to
We'll
bed
do beer.
soon.
Josh is the voice of reason.
I go to bed early, man. This I stay up past my bedtime for this.
Really? You must
Yeah.
get up early, huh?
I get up at 5.
Oh, yeah.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
I'm
like-
glad I
I like
solved this
getting up-
for you.
I like getting up early though. I can get a bunch of shit done before most people are out of bed. So
It's true. Especially the way traffic is in this freaking city.
yeah,
So I did a quick drive around Lake Travis last weekend with a coworker who just got a C8. So that was fun. We got him over 500 miles, but
where did you go?
just out 1431 and then up Hamilton Pool.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, just
That's a fun drive.
that's a fun drive. Yeah,
Quick little hour and a half, 100 miles or whatever. You know, and thankfully, like once you get on whatever that county road is, like there's no traffic, so you can actually drive the cars. But now the return leg is like 10 minutes versus the hour it takes to get out there. So,
yeah.
but that was fun. And helping to break in his Corvette. So
Was it regular C8?
yeah,
Not a Z06?
convertible. Yeah, not a Z06, unfortunately. but-
Lead follow action out there.
Yeah. He has a really nice spec. Like he did the black and tan Ferrari interior on a red convertible. So it looks really nice on the C8. I'll give him that.
Nice. I mean, I still like the C8. It's a great car.
Oh yeah.
Even though I'll crap on the value thing, but you know, it's a great car.
Yep.
They're fun. I really want to try a C06.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well,
I mean, they
Loper
sound-
said he'd let us drive his when he gets it. He's getting it
Oh, yeah.
soon.
he's
Oh,
supposed to
yeah.
get it soon.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be gray.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me
Yeah.
guess what color.
We know what color it's gonna be. He got a gray F12.
Yeah, I saw that.
He
Yeah,
bought
he did. He
Casey's.
bought
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
I
like
love
he was
that one.
leaving Cars and Coffee last month when I was pulling in. I was like, that's Loper. A car I haven't seen him in before.
so he
Oh,
bought
Was he in the F12?
Yeah.
Which cars and not at the
Or
Coda.
no, sorry, not Cars and Coffee. Pistons at the Park. Yeah.
Okay. Pistons Apart.
Yeah.
Did you
sorry.
buy it directly from Mr.
Casey.
Mr. Blurredface?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
You
I say his name?
You can
I don't
you can
know.
say Casey.
I'm scared to
You can
say
say
his
his name. You
name.
just can't, you know. Yeah. Casey. Oh, is that Casey?
Speak of the devil.
There he is.
There he
There he is.
That's funny.
He wants to come on the live, but he wants us to use a picture of Mr. Wilson for his avatar.
I mean, he can come on the live and just like tape his camera or something.
There you go. A Richard Nixon mask. That'd be funny.
Oh, brilliant. Yes. Or something like that.
We'll,
you
we'll
know.
get you set up, Casey.
We need to get him a mask so he can come on. Do you really have a mask? Because we could send you an invite.
Yeah. Join right now.
It'd be pretty funny. Like, oh lordy. Again, sorry, I'm like staring over here. This is
Yeah.
where the chat is. It's
Yeah,
I
that
keep having
Fred,
it
that was-
on my other screen.
I think I mentioned that last time, Fred. Yeah, Fred and I found each other in the comments of a random
Oh.
video on YouTube
Yeah.
featuring Casey's car. Like,
Oh, really?
it popped up on my feed, and this was early on. Now the videos have tons of views, but I think it was his 458, just like
Oh.
crazy 458 experience. I scroll down to the comments, and there's Fred. I'm like, oh shit, Fred! Oh shit, it's Casey! And then Fred and I were just having a party down there.
Cheryl's asking if our local Ferrari club in Austin organizes lots of stuff to do, and they're pretty active actually. They try and do at least one event like a month. There's like a few big events that they have. Like there's one in April every year. They have the F1 reception every year. There's a Christmas party every year, and then they have drives or like just meetings or whatever, meetups, I guess you'd call it, almost every month of the year.
Mhm.
I should
Is
probably
Bob-
finally join that.
You should. Like, you don't
Bob
have to own a
still-
Ferrari.
Yeah, I
And
tagged
no
along.
one's gonna care if you show up in a McLaren. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, cool.
No.
Yeah. They'll
You
point and laugh when
They're
I'm
not-
broken down.
Yeah, and then you'll
funny-
leave most of them in the dust.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do that at the Porsche club, though. You can't show up in any other car but a Porsche if you do that. The
Really?
Ferrari
Yep.
guys don't care. Yeah.
No,
That's
I
funny.
can attest. When I would go with Dan, I didn't even have a car. I would roll up with Dan, and everyone was super nice, super inviting. Like
Yeah.
no judgment. Didn't matter that I didn't have a car there, let alone a Ferrari.
The thing
Nice.
the thing I say about the Ferrari club is generally the people participating in the Ferrari club are just enthusiasts, right?
Yeah.
They just like cars and they like to talk about cars and they specifically like to talk about Ferraris. So they don't care if you're, hey, that's interesting. So the YouTube chat
Oh yeah, it's broken,
It's-
but
is broken, but the Twitch chat just came up.
Hmm.
So Restream must have a broken. It's doing
Huh.
yeah.
this.
There's 2 people on Twitch. Wow.
Wow. It's funny. Yeah. So. Oh well. So
GTS, always good. Casey's got a GTS coming. Oh yeah.
yeah. Who's got a GTS coming? Oh, Casey. Yes. Casey
The
does.
spec he did on it is badass, too.
I have no doubt on that.
Oh yeah. Tell us more.
Yeah.
Casey can tell you. It's like he did like I think it's a black one with silver wheels and the interior is all black Alcantara, but the seats are red.
You've got a thing for black cars, don't you, Casey? Because
That's right, Casey?
what's with the black cars? They're impossible to maintain.
Yes.
It's
The black
I
with the
hate-
red seats is pretty badass looking car though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Matches.
It does match your F1. Yeah. Here's the problem with the Z06 and the $150,000 price tag is nobody's paying $150,000.
Yeah.
All the dealers are doing stupid markups. Like
Well, also in 5 years from now, the car's going to be worth half that.
Yeah.
Just like every other Z06 before it, they've all gone for over sticker, and then later on, they're
So like when is the right time to buy one? That's the question.
5 years from now.
years. 5 years.
You'll be able to get one for 70 grand.
I mean, what you need to do is you wait until some 90-year-old who dreamed of buying a Corvette bought one. It never drove anywhere hardly, and then he died, and then his kids don't want it. And that's the car you want.
Yeah.
Although, admittedly, a lot of those guys that buy these cars and never really drive them, they don't maintain them very well either. Like, and everyone, there's that ongoing joke about, oh, all they do is like rub it with a diaper. Well, yeah, they scratch the shit out of the paint because they don't know how to wash the car correctly. It's like you get these Corvettes that have like 3,000 miles on it, and it looks like it's got 25,000 miles on it, and you're just like, what in God's green earth happened to this thing? Oh, I washed it every week with sandpaper.
Yeah.
Like what?
With a Scotch Brite pad.
Yeah, a Scotch Brite pad or like a wadded up piece of paper. What were you?
Some steel
doing?
wool.
Like holy shit! I mean, my God, some of the cars just
Do you think that has to do with the materials they use only, or the water as well? Or could it be
no,
hard?
it's not the water, it's the method and the dry. Like people,
Yeah.
the
These
drying
These
is
dudes are
where you
probably
can-
just have a mitt from Walmart and a bucket with soap in it, and they're just washing their
Right.
car and drying it with a chamois. You know, it's
Yeah.
gonna scratch
Oh,
the shit
dude,
out of
those ring out chamois that people
Yeah.
use. Oh
Yeah.
no,
it.
just no. I mean,
It's okay. Yeah.
the ideal solution is air dry. Like use a blower and you blow dry the car, right? That's how
Yeah.
you have the least amount of impact to the paint.
With the
On the drying
deionized water.
Yeah, you got to use DI water if you're going to do that.
Mhm.
So you use DI water, and especially if you have like a really good ceramic coating and you use a blower, it blows the water right off.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard in Texas because like the heat plus the sun and the the water dries in like 10 seconds. So it's during the summer it's a bitch. You got to be like you're hot like it's funny every time I wash a car in the summer, I'm washing the car and I'm fine. And then I get to the drying part and I'm like, and I get done,
Yeah.
I'm all sweating. And I'm like, God, why am I sweating? I'm like, oh, because the drying part, I'm like running around, and the washing part, I'm like, take my time,
It's still better here in New Mexico. I could wash like a quarter of the car at a time because by the time you get the soap on it, switch the nozzle out to be dry, 100% dry. It's like, damn it, I haven't even sprayed the soap off.
No humidity, right? It just goes
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, it's just instantly dry. And it's like, damn it,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Shade inside doesn't matter.
Yep. No, definitely low humidity makes it challenging.
Yeah.
Sunlight is challenging. I mean, black cars are extraordinarily challenging. So someone make a weird comment. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What's on. I'm not going to say that word because I'm probably get demonetized.
You just say the actual word. Perisonge.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
You're a song gay.
Sorry,
Someone talking about
I can't
didn't know what
pronounce
they were
the
gonna
Song
say.
gay.
Gue. Sorry, Perisongue.
Persongua.
Song.
I
Wait,
choose to
that's
just
French.
ignore it.
Or something.
I choose to just ignore the puro sangue.
God,
You know?
why? Yeah, okay. I can't even go
Exactly.
there.
That's why I ignore it.
Yeah.
It hurts my soul. Yeah, you could use deionized water and then go for a spirited drive if the water's still on the car when you drive it. That's the problem, is you would not be able to do that here. You'd get out of the driveway and it'd already be crusty.
Yep.
I had to wash my boat today.
Ooh.
I have I have a company that's coming out to take pictures to list it for sale. They like solicited me because I have it for sale, and they're like, "Hey, we'll help you sell your boat. We want a 10% commission." I'm like, "No," and I'm like,
10%. Holy cow.
but I was like, "I'll tell you what, I don't give a shit if you want to try and sell it, as long as I get what I want." And they're like, "Okay." So, hey, if they can sell it and get me what I'm asking,
Mhm.
great.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
And they have a weird policy. It's like no contract, no, like I can still try and sell it on my own.
Hmm.
So that's kind of cool. Like, so most of those places want you to stop trying to sell it and all
Yeah.
that. And I'm like, no, like I'm gonna keep trying to sell it. But
That is pretty cool.
but yeah, I had to pull that sucker out of storage because they're gonna take pictures tomorrow. And man, that thing's a big boat. I forgot how big that damn thing was. I was like, oh shit, I gotta wash this. And it was only like 50 something degrees, and the water was super cold. And I'm in shorts and a t-shirt washing it because like you're getting spray and whatever. So I didn't want to like get soaked and wear pants that are soaked. Man, that was so cold. My feet were numb. But anyway, enough about that. How many times I drive the boat, take the boat out? That boat, I'm gonna say 9 times.
I don't even know which boat this is. It's not the red one, right?
No, it's the Mastercraft. It's a wake boat.
It's a yacht. It says it
It's a
right
wake
on the.
yacht.
Yeah.
Actually,
There's
so
a plaque inside.
when your boat is 28 feet or larger, it's no longer a boat; it's a yacht.
Not a boat. It's a yacht.
It is. So
Darth
this thing's a
Vader.
yacht. It's 28 feet 3 inches, so it's a
Ooh.
yacht, baby.
It's a big bitch.
Even on a,
It's a huge bitch.
Well, there's the cool. It's plus and minus, right? So plus is in Texas, you don't have to wear the stupid lanyard.
Yeah.
I never
So-
do that anyway.
Yeah, I know. No one
Just
does.
gotta have it
That's why-
close for when they show
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Put
Oh
it on.
shit, they're coming. Strap it on. But yeah, it's got twin engines. I mean, it's a badass boat. I mean, I just don't use it, and I want to use that money towards the business right now.
Yeah.
You know, like I wanted to have the boat for when my family visited. That was my primary thing. Like so when my whole family came to town in the middle of summer, we used it every single day. It was fantastic, you know, and then they left and I haven't used it since. So there you go.
Yep.
Don't spray each other with the water. Oh, the jet skis. Yes.
Oh God.
Dude, can I just say Whistling Diesel is my guilty pleasure. Like I mean, I don't endorse anything he does, and it's just stupidity to its highest degree. But it's like you just click off your brain, and it's some ADD shit for like 15 minutes where you're like that's funny. They broke it. Ha. It's just it's kind of nice for once in a while.
It's got its place. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I highly recommend the video they published today. Watching that.
Oh. I haven't
What
watched
is
it.
it?
Did you see it?
No.
No, what is it?
He bought a helicopter,
Oh shit.
a real helicopter. And of course he doesn't know how to fly a helicopter. So they hooked up RC controls.
What?
and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't
All
I mean only so this is the difference between him and me doing my YouTube channel. The only thought in my mind was he's gonna get fined up the ass
Yeah.
from the FAA. Like they're gonna come at him hard. You can't do that. You can't.
And he doesn't care.
No.
Yeah,
He must have a ton of land just for square footage.
he's got
Very good.
land, but he's also got like it is a really shitty helicopter. Yes, it's barely running helicopter, but it flew briefly.
All right.
But anyway, I mean, my God, how the hell? So like, yeah, his YouTube channel is one of my guilty pleasures for sure. So is Mr. Beast, of course. Actually, I will say, the shit that Cletus McFarlane's going through right now, that kind of sucks.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've seen that stuff.
No.
So he bought, of course, the Freedom Factory, that racetrack, and some developers trying to build a huge, like 4,000 home thing right next to the racetrack, and that hits home because we've like experienced tracks getting shut down because, or
Yeah.
having to change their rules because of
Yeah.
people building a house after the racetrack
track,
was already
Palm
there.
Beach, Palm Beach International was shut down because a developer came in and bought it out.
Right. So
Oh,
someone
the
builds a bunch of
picture
houses.
right behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, they build a bunch of houses now. So everyone's like, "Hey, why is it so loud all the time? This sucks." And it's like, oh, Jesus, like, yeah. So, yeah,
So
I
where
actually
was
feel
that?
bad
Freedom?
for Cletus, huh?
Where is that? Freedom,
It's in Bradenton or something?
Texas?
No, it's Florida.
Oh. Yeah, brutal.
Yeah, it's just it's stupid. Like, I mean that.
Well, all you can do is hope for the developer builds all these neighborhoods and then goes under.
Yeah.
Screw him.
But then the homeowners will
Yeah,
complain.
homeowners will still complain.
Yeah.
That's like that house you looked at, Gabe, that was near a gun range, outdoor
yeah.
gun range. It's like you were smart enough to be like, hey, we're not going to deal with this shit, and didn't buy that house.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta accept like that's if you want peace and quiet, buying it next to a gun range, the
Airport, car track.
airport, like, oh hey, why is there always an airplane landing directly overhead every hour? Oh well, maybe it's because you are in the flight path.
Yeah, I've got train tracks right outside. Like,
Yeah.
I knew what I was getting into.
Yep, and you're not going to be the douche who like
No.
complains to the city. Hey, there's a train that goes by every day.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
stupid. Oh Lord. Yeah, Bradenton, Florida. That's where it's at.
Yeah, I knew he bought that track, but I haven't keep up on any of it. I don't really watch his channel. But.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch it that much, but I saw that one come up. As a business owner, I'm like, that's crap, man. Like something that's beyond your control, risking your business.
Yeah.
And everyone knows that there's going to be people bitching about it. Like, there's just no way they're not gonna bitch. I mean, look at Laguna Seca. Like, that's hilarious. Like, that track's been there forever, and all these dumb rich people build these houses nearby because it's beautiful there, and they're like, "Oh, the racetrack has to have noise restrictions except for like 2 days a year." It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, they were there before you.
Yep.
But oh well. That is a beer-worthy complaint. I endorse drinking 8 when it costs $0.
Hey, I can get behind that endorsement. Yeah.
See, as I said, this is literally free beer. Like,
Things do taste better when they're free.
100%. I mean, I will absolutely buy this again for $0.
Shit.
That's pretty
I
good.
can't do it. Yeah. No.
No? Oh man,
I should go grab one and crack it.
Did
Oh, you actually took some home.
Yeah, I did.
Oh god.
Dude,
I
give
figured
it a
Allison
try.
might.
Have you had a second try?
No.
Oh,
Should I taste it live on the live?
yeah. I want to see your reaction.
All right,
now.
I'll
Grab
get
2
one.
and shotgun 1. Yeah.
No, we're not doing that again.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was the start of a very fun night
Oh lordy.
and a bad morning.
Oh, mostly we're at that age. Yeah, it's mostly the bad morning now.
Yeah.
Oh,
my god.
Lord.
Because what we left. This was on the tour of Colorado. We were up till 2 a.m. that night
Oh god.
at least.
Yeah.
Which
I
I
don't
know, big partiers 2 a.m. But
Oh, there it is.
oh,
Oh.
I haven't
Yeah.
tried it in a while. Last time I tried it, I did not like it, so I'm sure I won't like it again.
Let's see that.
have
reaction.
another coffee. Yeah.
Nah.
Yep.
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
Greg,
on a hot
our-
summer day, if I was really thirsty, it would be okay. But I'm not gonna go and pick this out of the fridge.
I gotta read this one from Greg. Can we add Tactical Fleet to our asshole dealers list for selling a car while I was having it PPI'd and then telling us it was held for us after we offered to give them a deposit and they said it wasn't necessary?
Oh,
That sounds about right, though.
That's,
that's bullshit.
man. And see, we get no credit for doing the stuff we do for our dealership.
Yes, Draco, it was the day you missed.
Hey, all I'm gonna say, Greg, is we tried to sell you a car.
Yeah, what car was this, Greg? I'm actually curious because we
Wasn't
talked
that-
a couple weeks
That was
ago.
a 458, right?
I understand. Now, this is just talking from the dealer's point of view. I understand everybody wants to get a PPI and everything, but then you always have the customer come back and say, well, there's this, and this wrong. And then you're spending like weeks trying to get a deal done. If somebody comes in and says, I'll just take it the way it is, cash, no PPI, I'm good to go. It's like, that's hard to say no to because the guy getting the PPI done, that deal is still not done. That could fall apart. if they find something they
True.
don't like on the PPI.
Well, that's partly
So-
why we also started saying if someone wants us to hold the car, we require a non-refundable deposit.
Right.
And it's small, like just something small, like $1,000 or something.
If you like the
$1,000.
car, go look at it, drive it. If everything seems okay,
Yeah.
just buy the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fine if you
I don't
do-
want to advocate no PPI because if you're not a car person, you probably should get one. But
well,
if you
or
don't-
get a PPI, but understand like unless there's something that no one knew about, the flaws on the PPI are baked into the price.
right,
Like you should like using a PPI to like cheap down on the price after you've already had an agreement kind of sucks.
and most
Yeah.
people, that's what a lot of people, that's what they use them for. That's the
Yeah.
only reason they get them.
Yeah.
And
But
dealers
at the
know
same
that.
time, if you're paying for a PPI and you've scheduled a PPI, the dealership should. I mean, like if someone came to us, I mean, I'm just saying here, like if someone comes to us and like, hey, I want to do a PPI, I want to buy that car, great, give us a non-refundable deposit, do any PPI you want, we'll hold it for a couple of weeks, up to a couple of weeks, and then if they come back from the PPI like, oh, this and this is wrong with it, we'll be like, well, we already agreed upon a price. Because we're not going to do a PPI until we have a price agreed upon. Yeah. Like, I'm just not, no, like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to waste time trying to have you do PPI, then come up with a price,
Mhm.
Yeah.
especially if someone else is coming along and, wants the car. So, yeah, you had a deal on a price, everything, just want to check the parameters and scan it. That sucks, man. Well,
Pull
Yeah.
the trigger next time.
yeah. Whoop, oh, geez, all these.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Wow, suddenly everyone keeps swearing, and so YouTube keeps flagging them all. Oh, these shitheads! Bastard! I get it. We had a 48 discover the car had been underwater.
Ooh.
Turns out the car was from Cario before it was at the dealership we tried to buy it from.
What a
Not
surprise.
Yeah.
What a shocker! Tell you. You know what's funny? When we're looking for cars to buy, wholesale or whatever, literally every single time we find a car, we're like, oh, look at this one. It's really cheap. I bet it's a Cario car.
Well, Dan, you sent me a 488 the other day, and I was like, oh, that's your favorite dealership. And you were like, God damn it.
Yeah. every time it's Cario, we have a policy. We do not buy cars from them, period. Because we just heard a lot of horror stories. Like after those videos came out, the number of people that emailed us, they wanted me, like everyone's like, you need to do another series like the CNC Motors. I'm like, no, we're not gonna do that. But man, I don't know. I mean, they sell. Okay, here's one thing that always makes me curious: how on earth does dealerships like that have the stock that they have? Like they have tens of millions of dollars in cars, and they blew up from having like very few cars to a shitload of cars.
They just
Yeah,
got somebody
very
that's wealthy backing them.
It's got to be either that. I don't
Yep.
know. I mean,
There's probably more to the story. There always is.
Are they
Yeah.
still in business?
they're in business. Oh yeah, they're definitely in business. Casey's advice: you need to smoke pot and buy the F50.
Yes. It's good advice.
I don't know if you're talking to Fred or not. I'm assuming that was to Fred, but
Yeah, 'cause
definitely I encourage
Fred
this.
said he needed to sell it in case he's telling him to smoke it.
I need to sell pot so I can buy an F50.
What do you think about Dave's comment there? Where like if you tell them it's not for, I'm not trying to nitpick bullshit with the PPI. I'm here to, make sure there's no major
Except-
issues.
Except I've had people say that to me before, and then they find a minor issue and they make a big deal about it anyway.
Okay,
So
that's fair. Yeah. That's what I was curious.
I'm not saying that's always going to happen, but that has happened to me before.
Okay.
It's
I wonder-
interesting because like people say they'll do a lot of things in these car deals, and then when it comes to brass tacks, that like people just doesn't happen. Like, how about that?
People just need to educate themselves more before they go into buying a car. You
Yeah.
know, whether it's an exotic or just a regular car, it's like know how the process works, know exactly what you're doing, so you're not caught off guard and be like, oh well, I didn't know about that. It's like, well, I mean,
It is interesting because with the modern cars, the probability of very expensive unknown repairs is pretty low. It seems, you know, like to me, like the stuff that is going to be found out on a PPI for a very modern car, it's not likely to be something I can't figure out on my own. You know, like, and I would say most people could figure out on their own with some basic education. Because it's not like the old cars where it's like, you know, like people want compression tests on a modern car, and I'm just kind of like, why? Like,
Yeah.
like the modern Ferraris don't. It's not like the whole compression test PPI thing was because of the 355 and the valve seals. Like that's why that was such a big deal. It's like you
yeah, and
need a
once something like that happens, it like creates this reputation or creates this thing like, oh, I like the Porsche the Porsche buyers always want a DME report.
Mhm.
What other brand do you get a DME report for? No other
Oh,
brand.
and has the
It's like-
IMS bearing been replaced?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is why we
So,
don't
yeah,
buy
the
Porsches.
Ferraris have everybody ask for a compression test on a Ferrari. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
they're like,
okay.
I want a compression test
Whatever.
on a 458, and we're like, why?
Yeah.
I mean,
first
how
off,
many-
you'd know if it had a dead hole, you would know.
the computer would be like,
Yeah.
hey guys, guess what? Here's my check engine light.
Yeah.
Well, McLarens are still like they had those issues with the 12Cs with the transmissions and then the coolant stuff. And no matter what, if you tell people it's fixed or not, they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know, it's too risky."
Yeah,
Like,
Well, that's
It's
what kept
fixed.
the McLarens cheap for so long.
yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's why the 12Cs are still cheap,
very cheap. Yeah,
which is hilarious because if the 12C's got 25,000 miles on it, all that shit's already sorted.
yes,
Yep.
I mean, that's honest to God, that is probably one of the highest performance bargains out there in the world right now. And those are great cars.
Yep.
Like super powerful, super fun, reliable, believe it or not. After all that shit's been sorted. I mean, yeah. I would rock one. That's what we should do. We should buy a 12C.
I want a 12C.
All right, let's buy you a 12C.
Ooh,
Huh?
Steve might buy it off you when you're done with it. So
Does he want
I really,
one?
I think he's talking about it.
I would really like a volcano red.
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
That color's sick.
That color
is.
is just with all the carbon options on it.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah. What about a scan tool to purchase? Get the launch X431.
Yeah, if you know how to use one, that's awesome. You can do a full scan on it, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, by the way, our 458 Eternia is done.
Ooh,
Yeah. I even have pictures. The leather got replaced today.
shit, that's
Yeah.
cool.
They do the
Oh.
seats. Do they do the dash too, or just the seats?
The seats and the dash.
Nice.
It's not cleaned here, but
Nice.
Oh,
and is it that way? Nope, that way. There you go.
Do you have any pictures of the outside of it with the wheels?
Oh. Did I forget to do that? Balls. I forgot to do that. No, I don't. Sorry, I could go get one real quick if people are desperate.
They're itching.
If they're really itching for it. There'll be videos on that soon. I gotta edit some of those videos.
we need to get Josh at 360. Josh and me.
yeah.
Twins.
So we need two 360s apparently.
There you go.
What do I think of Watch JR Go's MP412C? Do you think he got a good deal or is it a mess? I have not watched those videos. So
I think you got a good deal.
Travis, I'm sorry, I'm never liberty walking any car
Yeah,
ever, and I
no.
can't endorse that to anybody ever.
No. Good luck ever selling a Liberty Walk car, by the way. Like,
I think the Liberty Walk stuff was popular 10 years ago, and people are still trying to push it a little
dude, remember in like, I'm going to say it was May, there was that blue 458 Liberty Walk.
bit.
That's
Yeah,
in
the
Houston,
light blue one.
the light blue one. And he
Yep.
wanted to sell it to us. And I'm like, I'll give you like 190 for it. And he's like, what? I've got $70,000 in the Liberty Walk kit. And I'm like, I don't care. So
Yeah.
he listed like
It's worth
like,
less than stock. Less than
yeah,
stock.
exactly. He listed that car for something like 270.
Ooh.
It's still on the market today, and he's got it all the way down to like 220, I think, and still nobody wants it. And I'm just like,
I agree with Megan. Liberty Walk is slightly less awful than Stanson.
Yeah, that is true.
I think
get
they're
in
on
that
the
boat.
same level. Well, I don't know. The Liberty Walk costs a lot more to do, so you have to be more of an idiot to do that.
Mm.
I think.
True.
that's true. They are extremely expensive. We sell them.
Dude.
Don't you have to drill the metal too? So you're permanently.
Yeah,
It's a one-way deal.
non-reversible.
Ugh.
Yep.
Does that get you a lot of aero advantages, like on track? Or is
No.
it strictly just to look
It
awful.
looks so not good. I mean, you can wide body cars and do it well in a way that looks good,
Yeah.
but a Liberty Walk kit usually doesn't. So,
Yeah.
What about the Ferrari SUV? No, we're not talking about that piece of shit.
Careful, Casey's got one on order.
Yeah.
Oh
might-
yeah, congratulations, Casey.
Which one?
I sincerely mean that.
Oh, he's
Just
gonna
like
have
I
to-
sincerely like 8 beer.
I sincerely like this beer.
Oh God.
It does say it says no excuses on the can. See,
Oh, well,
Oh, really?
no excuses.
there it is. Yeah, you're back
Where?
on the rim.
Oh yeah, there it is. It also says born and raised, period. But then it wasn't.
Okay.
Huh. I like when people like take Texas as like part of their like mantra and then it's not even Texas.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, come on. Like if you're gonna be all Texas, you need to actually Texas. Ah, god damn it, people are texting me. No, stop it. There.
Yeah, that's perfect, Megan. 8 beer, the official beer that was given to us.
Just the facts, people. Just the facts.
Nice job. Liberty Walk is ugly.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh wait, shit, Dan, you're being accused of being in a good mood. We need to get you angry.
I better get angry. Oh lordy. Can you send me the info on the lighting I have?
Richard is the one that bought the 488.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, yeah. No, we have it.
Yeah.
We sell it on our website. Yeah, just send us an email and we'll send you the.
I'll send you a link for it so you can check it out.
Yeah.
You got a hell of a car, Richard. That
Oh,
was a fun car.
Yeah, Tyler and I
Excellent.
spent a lot of time in that car.
Yep.
so did I.
Which Richard bought a new 488?
He bought the 488 that we had, the red.
No, Richard in the
Road-
chat, Richard West.
Yeah.
Which, by the
yeah.
way, Montana still hasn't got him his plates.
Oh jeez.
Still,
Uh-huh.
Dude, they're slow right now.
yeah.
Yeah. What do I think is the best supercar under $75,000?
Oh.
You could find a sketchy 360 for under 75.
I'd say 360, maybe a Gallardo
Mm.
Yeah.
that's got questionable
R8.
history. An R8, if you call it a supercar. I don't know if I call it a
And
supercar.
There's Aston Martins. I don't think those are supercars, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of about it.
Yeah. Because 355s went up, right?
Oh yeah,
308s are super high.
308s are crazy high. They're like 100,000 now.
All right.
Oh, the 12C, you might have a hard time finding one for 75,000.
I think-
I mean, if you looked around and found like 100,000 mile one, you might be able to get
Yeah,
it for 70.
I think that's what JR Go did. he got it at auction for just under 70, but
My
it's like
camera's all
a
blurry.
70,000 mile 12C.
Really?
So yeah,
Jesus, 75,000.
How about
It-
cars that will hold their value, like supercars, but under 75, like that have kind of hit a floor?
I think
Are
a
they
360
available?
will hold its value. I don't think they're going
I
down
think
anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but under
360.
under 75 though, like 60 to 80 range, of cars that have depreciated.
I mean, there's not a whole lot in that price point.
Yeah.
Like, you really need to be at the 100K price
You could do
point.
911s, like maybe like a 997 turbo.
I would
or something.
not-
No, that's not even 75.
I would
anymore.
not buy a older Porsche right now. I think they went up too much in value. That's just me. I think the 996s and 997s are overinflated because they're good, but they're not that good. Like, the prices are, that's the thing. Like, that's exactly I think what happened to the 458 is everyone lost their minds with COVID, and they went up, $50,000, and it's like, well, I mean,
Cadillac Escalade V will for sure hold its values. Yeah, I hope you're joking.
no kidding, right?
it'll hold a value.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll definitely be worth something. It'll be worth the number.
Yeah.
It won't probably be negative. Probably. No kidding, right? Oh Lord. Yeah.
Fred asked what happened to Richard's car. I don't know if he wants it splayed across the internet, but I had to go run an errand for work downtown on Friday. So I basically passed Richard going back to the
really?
Howard, and like 15 minutes later I get a call like, "Hey, you're still at the Howard, right?" Yeah. Like, the diffuser fell off of the 430. Can you come rescue me? So it was good. It was perfect timing. Like, I just finished up like an email for work and had, no meetings coming up. It's like, yeah, sure. I grabbed the tools he asked for, and we, pulled up on the,
Was it still attached to the car? Just barely?
only the 4 outside bolts. All the underneath bolts fell out. So it was dragging on the ground. Yeah. It's destroyed. He's going to have to order a new
Oh
one.
yeah, no, I saw it. It's
Wall
Yeah.
art.
Yeah. It's wall
yeah,
art.
it's wall art now.
But that was fun. And then like police showed up because now there's 2 cars parked on the side of Mopac.
2 supercars.
Yeah. Well, I was in the Land Rover, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That would have been funny though.
that would have been funny. But
Like, it would like, oh look, a broken Ferrari. Oh look, a broken McLaren.
yeah,
That's one thing that sucks. I have to admit, anytime you're in a supercar and you have to pull over on the side of the road, everyone immediately assumes
Yeah.
it's broken.
Yep.
Like, I even had that happen. I don't remember exactly what I was doing. I pulled into a parking lot. I want to say it was in my 458, and this dude in a Porsche pulls up next to me. He's like, "Hey, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, well, I just assumed you broke because you pulled into the parking lot." I was like, "Well played, asshole. Get the fuck out of here."
Oh, I love it.
That one was pretty good. I will. Kudos to that guy.
Hmm.
Oh, yes, we have someone from Argentina. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lotus. Every time I pulled over, it has been broken. Thank you to everyone who stopped.
Again, this is Richard's story to tell, but he said when he was just like standing there against the K wall, like leaning up against, far away from the car as he could be, and like traffic slowed down on Mopac because there was a car stopped, so everyone has to slow down and look. And he said some guy like looked out his window and just slowly driving by at 5 miles an hour goes, ha ha. Yes.
Oh, that sucks.
So worth it.
People love it.
All right, that's actually pretty funny, man.
Yep.
People love
That
to
would-
see supercar owners down and out on the road.
Right?
Yeah.
People have way too much Schadenfreude out there, man. Like, they just. By the way, that's one of my favorite words of all
Yes.
time. Yeah, there's actually a YouTube video of someone was filming a guy with a Ferrari. I think it was an F12 or something like that, and it's like jammed up in the bushes. Clearly it's in England, you know. And they're driving by, and the dude's standing right next to the car, and they go, "Hey, you can't park there." And all you can hear, they gun it, and all you can hear is him go, "Hey, get back in there!"
Nice.
I'm like, that was a good one. Yeah, no kidding, right? It's better to have a broken Ferrari than
Oh yeah.
whatever shitbox most likely they were in.
If only you
But-
could say that real quick as they drive by. You know?
It's usually a guy in a lifted truck.
No, they don't do the haha. They just like roll coal on you.
Or they'll
There you
flip you
go.
off. I remember with you, Dan, it was like my first experience. I don't even know if you saw it. Just some dude with his middle finger hanging out the window in a pickup truck. We were doing nothing. We weren't even playing.
Oh yeah.
Just
No,
going slow.
Just because you exist,
Yeah.
you deserve to be flipped off. Okay. Whatever. So
Yeah, I don't know what's up with my camera. I don't know.
yeah.
how to fix it.
sometimes, yeah, you gotta like. No,
I don't know. Let me
Whatever.
try turning it off and back on. Maybe that'll do it.
we may have to buy you one of these cameras that I got.
I just have a cheap Logitech.
Yeah,
That's a problem.
let's get you this thing.
That's the problem.
I used to have a Logitech, and I had that exact
It
same.
was like
problem.
$100 webcam. I mean, it's supposed to be decent.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, I can't. Damn it! I was going to click on it. And
Oh yeah.
Thoughts on the guys that turn normal 458s into GT3 clone cars? I think they're wasting their money. I don't.
Like
Like-
putting a wing on it and stuff.
Here's the thing. I guess I'm getting to that point in my life where I'm so old that I'm like, race cars are race cars and street cars are street cars, and
Yeah.
I don't want a race car in the street.
Totally.
Like,
Mhm.
that's just miserable. And my back is like, no, that's not cool. And the look, like, there's so many things that you're like, oh, it's gonna be awesome to have a race car. It looks so badass. And then you're like, oh, I can't drive over that curb. Oh, like I can't drive when it's raining because my tires. But if you're gonna do it, like that's the thing though, is then so if you're not gonna go all the way, then you just have a watered down street car with a bunch of ground effects and
Yep.
extra shit dangling off the back of the car and stuff. So I don't know. I'm not really big on it.
Agreed.
Like, and it actually devalues those cars. Like I've seen people try and do a convert, like they took a challenge car and made it street legal, or had a street legal car and turned it into a challenge car but was street legal. They aren't worth that much. Like, because first of all, if you're going to do it, most people don't do it properly. Like,
Yeah.
they don't do the performance enhancements. They just throw on the bumpers and the wings and shit, right? Okay, so you got a body kit on a street car. I mean, that's what it is. Like, without the performance enhancements, that's what makes them badass. So yeah, and yeah, you can ask Jocko how awesome race cars are and how comfortable they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Harley is long gone. We sold that pretty quick. Yeah, right now we only have the 570, the 720, the 458 Eternia, the 599, the 575, and the GTR. Yes. What am I missing? You two texting each other.
No,
it's on the
Casey,
comments.
Casey said, Josh, you're blurry or I'm high. And I said, it's both.
And that's the truth.
It's actually 100% accurate. Don't deny it, Casey. Oh, we still have the Mustang. I forgot about that.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
By the way, I drove the Mustang yesterday because the weather was nice. For the first time I drove it, and I actually thought it was pretty cool.
It's a
pretty
great
fun.
car.
The exhaust sounds amazing on it.
Oh
Dude.
yeah.
It still
I-
does sound like a Mustang though.
It's like a Mustang with a cooler sounding. Actually, you know what it really sounded like to me? It sounded like what's the damn movie? The famous Mustang movie. God, why am I drawing a blank? The Green Mustang
Mm.
from the
Shit.
60s.
Yeah. Bullet
Bullet.
car. Yeah.
Bullet.
Oh,
Yeah. It sounds like the car in Bullet.
That's cool.
Like it really has that sound. Steve McQueen. Yeah. It really sounds like that. So anyway, yeah, that thing's legit. I like that car a lot. One of you
Yeah,
should
it's-
definitely buy that car. It's under 50 grand.
The sound reminded me a little bit of the F-Type, just a
Yeah.
little bit.
A little bit. It's
I mean,
not
they're
quite,
basically, yeah.
it's
I guess
similar
it's-
engine.
Similar engine, maybe.
No,
Yeah.
because that's flat plane crank.
Yeah,
True. But Ford did develop the F-Type, so
True. But the
Yeah.
I would say that isn't the Ford or the F-Type engine would be more like the regular Mustang engine because they're both cross-plane dual overhead cam, right?
yeah. Yeah, but the Jag engine was a specific Jag only engine. I know that much. But I don't know the specifics any farther than that. So
Okay. Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We gotta get rid of that car. It's been around too long, but it's fun. Yeah, we actually were at EAG earlier today. We were wrenching on the 599. So,
Sweet.
which reminds me, any of you a machinist and looking for a job?
Oh, yeah. I saw that place.
They need a machinist desperately. So I need you to, if you're a machinist, I need you to go work for them because I need my car to get finished. Is what I'm actually saying. So go work there, so I can get my car done, please. Like that's the only thing left before it hits Bring a Trailer. It just needs to be finalized. But from John, do you charge for your labor on the Eternia? No, we didn't really charge anything. We're selling. Our buddy Alex wants to buy it, which, by the way, he actually did say if any of you want to buy it and pay more than he's paying for it, he was cool with us making a profit on it because he's just buying it at our cost. So if one of you is desperate to buy a shitbox 458 for pretty fucking cheap, we will
it's
sell
actually
it to you.
not a completely terrible now.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I mean, so he got the leather all situated, which I need to film that tomorrow.
We got the wheels powder coated and
We
changed.
got the
emblems
wheels;
back
they're
to
all black.
Nice.
Price, I'm gonna say, how about 125?
That's a hell of a deal.
125 grand. You want a 458 with
Spider.
91,000 miles, salvage
And
type.
it drives great. Surprisingly, drives amazing.
Oh, brand new tires.
Yeah, brand new tires.
Oh, the other thing I gotta do to it is I still have to do these spark plugs. Oh,
And
God.
and Meg's got to do some donuts, but
Yes.
Not
Probably
with the
not
new
gonna be able
tires.
Now with the new tires.
oh, come on.
Actually, it was funny is when I got the new tires put on, I was like, damn it, we didn't go out and do donuts.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
Yeah. FTX coin accepted. Nice. Yeah. Can I PPI the Eternia? No. Yeah. That one
From
would
10
not
feet
be-
away. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to look at it from 10 feet away and you get to flip a coin if you want to buy it or not. No. Because dude, someone actually that would be pretty funny to like have someone pretend like they're legitimately buying that car and like send it to Ferrari of Austin and have them do a proper
Oh,
PPI.
God. That would be amazing.
You know what?
That's a good idea.
I almost think that'd be worth it to be like give Ferrari
Don't
of
they
Austin
charge
a
like
call.
$1,000 or something for a PPI?
That's true.
I mean, it could be like one of those taking it to CarMax videos, you know?
I mean, it's tempting, right? Just to have them bring up a list of everything broken.
Hey, Greg said he wants to PPI it, so let's go.
Yeah. Does it come with service credits at Exact Power Performance? No. If you take it to him, he will kick you out. It's negative credits. Like you would have to actually pay him just to show up with that car.
Billy, I
still-
like the idea.
What?
Billy's comment.
What is it? What are your thoughts on
It
salvage
says-
title vehicles if we plan on keeping them for a while and enjoying versus eventually selling it to move up to something else? Yeah, that's the only reason you'd want to do a salvage title. Because the value in the car is not there. Like, I don't see that car going up in value very much.
But will it go down a lot?
I mean, a little bit. You know, when it goes from 90,000 to 150,000, you know. But I mean, the good news is it's a 458, so, and it's got a brand new transmission, although it's the transmission out of California. Whatever.
Win some, you lose some.
Yeah. No, I forgot to tell you, Josh. So when I put the bumper back on, oh my god, I was cursing out. I was like, why in the fuck did we buy a salvage car? nothing aligns correctly, and you're like, literally, I'm sitting there literally like beating the car to try and get things to align, and just everything's messed up, and you're just like, damn it, these things do not align correctly at all, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, you get so frustrated. So I tried really hard to get the bumper to align better than it was before, and I think it actually looks worse than it did before.
Oh,
And then the taillights, one of them I got to align better. The other one I did not. And then the center light, I did actually get to align correctly. But it
nice.
took me like 45 minutes of just messing around with it. And it just, yeah. Dude, monkeying around with those things. Dan, you were right about silver cars. Lots for sale. I don't lie. See?
Unless you're talking about 8 beer. Delicious light lager. Oh god.
Mm-hmm. That is my sales pitch. I was beating on the car to try and align the bumper correctly.
I mean, you tell it like it is. You know, you got to appreciate that honesty.
Dude, I mean, people think they're gonna buy this salvage car and it's gonna be like, no, it's never gonna be the same. It's never gonna be right. Just sorry, it just won't.
It's amazing what the camera hides. Like,
Yes.
when you see like salvage car YouTubers, like the camera hides so much. It's incredible. Like,
No, it's crazy. Like how much of the detail is lost in the YouTube videos. And that was one of the parts that I found very frustrating for us was, you know, I go look at that video or that car, and then you know, Hoovy was all talking it up like it was okay. And I see it and I'm like, this thing's a pile of shit. And so I'm sitting there picking it apart, and all these people are like, oh, I can't believe you're complaining about that car and stuff. And I'm just like, you guys haven't seen it in person. You have no clue how bad this thing really is. It's terrible. Like,
Everybody's idea of a good car or a nice car or whatever is different.
I mean, I guess if you like a shit box is considered nice to you and you get a Ferrari, then it doesn't matter, right? It's like, okay.
well, and when
Great.
you're writing that check for 6 figures, every little imperfection rolls through the back of your mind. You're like,
And that was the part that really bothers me is people were like, you need to stop complaining about it. It's a Ferrari. And I'm like, I wrote a check for over $100,000 for this thing. I could have bought a house in some areas.
Yep.
But no, I instead have a Ferrari, and it's not a good Ferrari. It's a really bad Ferrari. Like, questionable Ferrari. So, if you buy it, can you remove that awesome, beautifully done wrap job? If you buy it, I mean, I wouldn't recommend that because Lord knows half the paint's going to come with it.
Yep.
That was irreversible unless you feel like spending a bunch of money on a paint job. So, honestly, the Malibu may have been in better shape.
I don't think so. No, let's not be ridiculous.
No, I'm kidding. Oh man. Yeah. Even Sam Cracks 509 sent it to V-Tuned. A lot of veteran welders in the comments telling him he's welding aluminum all wrong. Really have to be careful. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want that car. I mean, that one's got like frame damage and stuff, right? So no.
Yeah.
At least the 458 did not have frame damage. It had like bumper structure damage and stuff. So that's the only reason why that car drives well, in my
It would
opinion.
make a perfect track car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Body stuff.
Funny quick anecdote about the Sam Crack 599. I actually had a verbal contract to buy that car before it was wrecked.
Oh no.
So this was over 3 years ago when I bought my 599. I first tried to buy that 599,
That's funny.
and at the time it had like 50 something thousand miles on it, and it had a really sketchy history already, and it was at this really shitty Toyota dealership in Oakland, which, by the way, they still sell supercars. Like, it's really weird. They'll have all these Toyotas, and then they'll have like 2 Ferraris. Do not buy any Ferraris from them. They are so sketchy. Like, like the whole deal was so sketchy, because I was trying to like ask them questions about the car or whatever, and they just kept not wanting to answer it because they knew that it was like, no, it's not good or whatever. And then I finally like got them to agree upon a price, and as soon as I did that, I'm like, okay, like, I'm gonna pay you guys, I want to come out there and see it. And then they start ghosting me. It was really weird. So I think I was talking to you about it too, Josh, back then. I don't remember.
Yeah,
And I was
I
like,
remember.
yeah, and
I told
you
you
were
to
like,
walk away.
you were like, Dan, you need to walk. You need to walk. Just walk. I'm like, but it's so cheap. You're like, just walk. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll walk. Because I think at the time it was only like, I think it was like $95,000 or something. It was really cheap. But yeah, there you go. So anyway, that was my story. I see we have 1 minute left. So, hey, who talked? Thank you, BB. What quality level of car do you think is good for a daily driver supercar? It seems like the Eternia is perfect for a don't give a shit working parking lot car, but awesome for carefree. Yeah,
that would be
100%.
perfect for that.
No, like, I will admit fully, if you want a car that you literally just don't give a shit about, the Eternia is perfect. It is 100% perfect for that. Like, to just buy it, thrash it, who cares? Park it in Walmart, park it next to the minivan full of 84 kids that's going to door ding the shit out of your car. Whatever. I mean, do donuts, go to the track, drive in the snow. I don't give a shit. I mean, like, yeah, that's the car. You know, that's the car where you go, I wonder what happens if. And then you do it. So,
yep.
Also, thank you, Severson's Garage. I almost bought a Hello Mercy from them, and it wouldn't start.
Probably
and
yellow.
Jumped it. Screwdriver across the battery terminal for another part to start it. Oh my god!
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, don't go there. Don't go to Oakland Toyota. Blah blah blah. Nothing important to say. Here's $10. Thank you. We will gladly take your $10 and blah 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 with you. So, I think the AMG GTR is the perfect daily, but still a head-turning supercar.
Yeah.
You might be. That might be fairly accurate. That car is very easy to drive, extremely comfortable.
I was following Dan. We were driving home from the Howard the other day, and I was following Dan, and he was in the GTR, and I was like, looking at that car on the highway, I was like, God damn, it looks good on the road. It looks so squatty, like so short and wide,
Yeah,
It's just like it just has a nice presence to it on the road.
and that color. Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The color's
What kind of
badass.
PPF do you put on that color? Richard and I were talking about that. Like
I
gloss
think-
would screw up the paint, and then matte would screw up the paint. Like it wouldn't have that same
Yeah.
sheen it has.
I
Good
remember
question. Good
seeing one
question.
with it, and I think you have to use a matte.
Okay. So it'll
'Cause
make
if
it
you-
more matte though than it is from the factory.
Kind of, yeah, it kind of makes it, but it looks more like what it already looks like.
Yeah. Okay.
There was someone who, I swear there was like some special PPF or something that was, maybe it was like a satin
Hmm.
instead of a matte, like a full-on matte. It's like a in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Human, try again with a little Nintendo remote control. Okay, sweet. But yes. Well, there you go. It's past our bedtime.
Yep.
We've turned into pumpkins officially.
Yep.
So, all right, guys. Thank you as always for joining us. We appreciate that. Sorry the stupid chat thing wasn't working, so I couldn't put your chats here, and especially to all of you that gave us money and I couldn't even broadcast your chats to the world. I feel bad about that, but thank you. And we will be back next week. Oh, tomorrow. Okay, I have a favor to ask before we go. We did something a little different for the video tomorrow.
Mm.
I want to see if any of you can notice something different about the video tomorrow.
Mm.
All right. It's subtle, very subtle.
Hmm.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I just want you to like pay close attention to the video and report back in the video if you happen to remember this and say, oh, is it this? Whatever this may be. So, yes. Feel free to guess whatever it may be. Anyway, there you go. It's not, well, I don't know. I guess we could maybe do a free t-shirt if someone notices what it is.
Sure, why not? Let's do it.
All right. Free t-shirt to the first one. You have to be one of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So
One
if
of the
some
88
rando-
watching.
Yeah, you'd have to like put a comment in there saying, is it this? And I would have to say yes. And then you could send me an email and be like, oh, by the way, I was on the live stream. So, because I'm not going to post in the comments that, oh, free t-shirt to whoever notices. So, there you go. I need to take a picture of my new garage for the video. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Instead of the background, instead of like this one, that background.
As epic as that is.
That is a hell of a picture. I mean,
Yep.
it's pretty cool, but whoops. Interesting. All right, let's into it. We'll see you guys next week. I gotta find the outro. There it is. All right, we'll see you guys.
Cool. See ya.
Bye.